Welcome to What's a Beautiful Life Anyway? I'm your host, Jill Bennett. This is the channel that shares ideas to help you live your best life, because life can be beautiful if you live consciously. Welcome to this week's edition of What's a Beautiful Life Anyway? My guest today is Charlotte Harverson. Charlotte is a car manifestor. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, how are you, Jill?
Yeah, great, thank you. It's so lovely to have you here. Charlotte and I have known each other quite a few years, haven't we? But we've never actually met in person. We've met at networking groups online, but one of these days, Charlotte's lucky, she lives in beautiful Cornwall. And I'm going to go down there one of these days. I know roughly where she lives because I know Bude, and it's not far from Bude. So one of these days I'm going to just surprise her and go and visit her and see how she is. Now, Charlotte is the CEO of a company called Cartonomy. Charlotte, tell us more. What made you get into the car business?
Well, it goes back to my childhood with my father, actually, and our first special car, which was an MGB, and I used to go out with him on cold days with thermal flasks and a warm blanket over my lap, and I'd go to work with him. He had many miles to do in his job, I kind of loved all of the feeling and the sensation of the engine and the smell of the fuel. So that led on to me eventually becoming part of the car industry, and for the past 25 years I've looked after clients and helped them find their perfect car for finance and for cash, and we work together until we tick the boxes, because buying a car is often the biggest extension that you'll buy really next to your home. So it needs to be right. So it's been a very interesting career.
It's fascinating. And it's an unusual thing for a girl, or not so much these days, but I can understand the love of an MG. I used to love MGs. Excuse me. We're both coughing a bit today. Absolutely fascinating. And I love the fact that, and I know from people I've referred to you, that you do help people through their journey of buying a car. And I think the first time as a woman you buy a car on your own, if you don't know anything about cars or you don't know anything about finance, it's so lovely to have someone to lead you through that process.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all too easy actually just to buy the wrong car. Yeah. And it should be a considered process. And we actually have switched our business to WhatsApp now. So it means that we can work with clients early in the morning and late at night, even when they're chilling on their sofa outside of their core hours, and we can come up with a perfect deal. And I can honestly say 9 times out of 10, we never even have to ask for an order, because we work on all the options until we tick the boxes. And then it's really good because our clients feel cartonomous, as we like to say, and then they order their perfect car with us, and then it just turns up at their door. So yeah, it's a really good, fun process, and we've kept a lot of our clients for over a decade now.
Yeah. It's amazing actually to think of that, isn't it? Because if you go into a car showroom, I've been in, and sometimes they're quite rude, when you say, actually, I'd like to test drive that. And they sort of look at you, and you can see the process going through their mind. Oh, I wonder if she can afford this, or, that car would be too powerful for her, or whatever. So I think it's so, so lovely that there's this gentle process where you just talk to people and you help them and you work through. And yeah, everybody I've referred to you has been absolutely delighted, and you've been so helpful. Now,
thanks, Jill.
Oh, I know, it's a pleasure. You've got a second business as well, haven't you? Which is just, if not even more so exciting than the cars. So tell us about that.
Yes, so about 6 months ago, I got involved with a company called Water Rockit, and Water Rockit's anniversary is 40 years next year. And they have been supplying and helping children learn through STEM and the most amazing action-packed fun water rocket for about 40 years. So it's a pretty cool device. It uses a recyclable water bottle, and it goes up to over 100 foot, and it helps children learn all about the laws of motion, Newton's laws of motion, especially the third one. And it relates obviously physics wise to the big rockets like the SLS that's just recently launched, and also SpaceX's rockets that they're launching up into low Earth orbit consistently, launching satellites, etc. So yeah, it's a really fun project, and anyone that wants to have a really good fun day out with their children, head over to waterrockit.com. That's ROKIT, and bag yourself Water Rocket. Yeah, it's all good. I do love Lego Land now. It's really, really good. But I must admit, for 14, 15 quid, you get a really good time out with the family. It's good value.
Yeah, it sounds good value. Well, I'll make sure that the link to that goes in the show notes, as well as the links to Cartonomy as well, and all your contact details. So if people want to find out more, they can look at the websites and contact you to find out more, which would be great. Today, we're obviously talking about something a little bit different, because we want to talk about your personal health journey. This is What's a Beautiful Life anyway, and we all know that to live your best and your most beautiful life, you want to feel good. You want to feel good and look great. And I know you've had a bit of a journey. So you joined my healthy living program, my 30 days to healthy living, in April 2021. I can't believe it's nearly 2 years ago. Why did you do that, Charlotte?
Well, I've had a history of suffering with IBS and also feeling very lethargic and tired. And as a busy business owner, and when I say busy, you know, they say that you can't manage time, you can only manage activity. I try and get the juice out of the lemon as much as I can, sometimes 12 hours a day. So it's very important for me that I'm on top of my game. And I'm also shortly going to be sharing my entrepreneurial journey online about how I'm succeeding and also failing forward as well. And for me, one of those key parts was to make sure that I'm healthy from the inside out, not just sort of exercise wise, but you've got to exercise your brain and exercise, and you've got to eat well as well. So yeah, doing that, I needed to make sure I had everything in my artillery. And yeah, it's been a huge help for me physically and psychologically.
Fantastic. And you're right. It's healthy living comes from the inside out, and 80% of your health is down to what you put inside your body. 20% is going to be really helped by exercise, and with some people it can be a little bit more. It does depend on your gene makeup, but yeah, 80% generally with most people is coming from what's in their body. So if you're living on fast food, which, you know, we all have occasionally, and we're not saying you can't have it occasionally, because occasionally we just have that really busy day and we just need something nice and quick. Not that you can get fast food, particularly here in Mallorca. It is becoming a little bit more common, but yeah, here they've just always cooked everything from scratch. So my 30 days program, I'll just run through it for anyone listening who wonders what it is. But it basically is a program that encourages you to eliminate inflammatory foods from your diet. So things like gluten, soy, dairy, refined sugar, alcohol, coffee, that sort of thing, and eat clean and lean for 30 days. Now, obviously, we want you to go on for longer than that, but the initial hard hit is just for 30 days. It includes supplements that help you to feed your gut and reduce your bloat. It can help improve your skin. It can help improve your sleep, and it can give you more energy. And there was one lady who I interviewed once on Brooklyn's radio, and she did it for 12 months and lost 12 stone. She had a lot of weight to lose. And she literally had some, as you can imagine, she was in the obese category, and she had a lot of health issues. She did it for a year. Charlotte didn't need to do anything like that because she was gorgeous and beautiful anyway. But it was just and the IBS is a really good example, because I have IBS, and I find now I very rarely get a flare up because I use the product so much. But the initial 30 days, Charlotte, how easy did you find it?
Well, I actually have a love for food, and I have a love for fruit and vegetables. And I've always kind of had a mantra that, you know, really that it's not about losing weight, is it? It's about just thinking about your inside organs and what's happening with them, knowing just how damaging sugar could be as well. You know, it's a huge, big thing. So, you know, from my perspective, it was really interesting to sort of do this 30 days, just to see what it would be like in the results. And all I can say is that the majority of the time, yes, I do eat other things as well in my diet again now, but it was so good and so powerful I've never gone back, because you get addicted to feeling good, and feeling well. And when you realize that you've cleared out all of these toxins from your body, and really you're eating more of, well, natural food rather than anything that's processed that gets stored up in the body, it really does lift the mood, and also your immune system as well. And that's something else I've noticed as well. There's definitely been an improvement there in regards to colds and things. So yeah, the original 30 days was quite good, because Jill sends amazing recipes through that you can obviously follow or adapt. So there's never a shortage of inspiration about meals to eat. It's very, very, very good fun, actually.
And you used to send me pictures, didn't you, of your lunches sometimes. I'd go, yeah, I think I might have to go and get my lunch, because that's made me really hungry. So I'll be expecting lunch when I come down to cook.
Yes, ditto.
Expecting a nice help. I haven't got a kitchen at the moment.
That's why sometimes put avocados in the summer, it's fine.
Oh, I love avocados, yeah. We can get them even now, you know, we see them in the market, they've been picked off the tree. So
oh, wonderful.
Here, which are nice and fresh. But yeah, I love my apples. Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned my daily messages, because obviously I don't just want people to buy a program. I want them to let me know how they get on, and I want them to have good results. So I do send daily messages with lots of information, like what the products are doing to your health, what their aim is, what the key ingredients are, recipes, so you get lots up front, and then I keep dripping a few more during the process in case you get a bit bored of some of the things that we've suggested. Obviously, nutritional information, what's happening in your body. What sort of messages did you find were the most useful for you, Charlotte?
I suppose definitely the gut drink, you know, in the morning, and knowing and learning all about that, and that, you know, you can have probiotics too that's sometimes full of sugar. So I think that was a really good message for me, and it really kicks you off and starts the day well. So yeah, the ginger drink was really, really good, I think, and that really sent a message to me and my gut as to sort of the power of what something small in a sachet can do. And also I really, really enjoyed the fizz sticks. And recently I've actually started putting them into hot drinks. So I'll have sort of a fruit infusion, and I'll just use half or a quarter of a fizz stick in it. And then that's a really good alternative to coffee and tea. And actually, I nearly always have one of those. And then if I wanted a cup of coffee afterwards, I'll have one. But 9 times out of 10, it's the fact I just want a hot drink. So it does the job really well. And I have to say, I do get a little bit panicky if I run out of my Arbonne stuff now, don't I, Jill?
Do, Charlotte? I do as well. And the fizz sticks, I mean, what can we say? Just before our call, I had an Arbonne tea with a fizz stick in. This is not my mug, it's my husband's. Yeah, I had and I love it. A fizz stick in tea. We call it a tizzy. Tea with a
so nice.
And taste.
I have a job going through the day, and I just put more fruit tea bags in and a little bit of fizz stick, because you're supposed to have one a day. So I just sort of have a little jot now and again, and it works really, really well. I really enjoy them, and in the evening, actually, it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's not an alternative to alcohol. So sometimes if I'm going out and I know there's going to be pressure to drink, I'll have sparkling water in a wine glass and put a little bit of a fizz stick in, and
works well, doesn't it?
Drinking. Yeah, no, they are an amazing
and
product.
So many different flavors as well, literally stacks of different flavors.
Yes, lots of flavors, and lots of so at the moment one of our limited editions is blackcurrant, which I really like. And if you had a cold, you could have that, couldn't you, with maybe a bit of honey and a bit of fizz.
Definitely
would make you feel good. But they are amazing, the fizz sticks. And it's interesting you mentioned the gut drink, because I've had a few people who aren't ready to do the 30 days program, but they will do our gut glow challenge. And basically they have our greens balance, which gives you 36 different fruits and vegetables in one nice little scoop. So it's really good for gut health. The ginger stick, the gut, I can't remember what it's called these days, gut health, one of those in it as well. And the skin elixir. so that you're getting some collagen as well, because obviously collagen is good for your skin and your hair and your nails, and mix all that up in a nice big tumbler of water and drink it. And it's really good at reducing bloat and just making you feel generally energized and lovely. So that's another good way for people to get started on a healthy living journey if they're not ready to do the whole 30 days. When did you first notice changes? How soon after starting the program, Charlotte?
I can honestly say within sort of 72 hours, actually. It was very, very quickly. I started seeing my energy levels change. And, you know, I suppose it's a little bit good for me because I don't have too much of a sweet tooth. I do like sweet things, don't get me wrong, but I'm more of a savoury person. So having extra vegetables and fruit for me is just a treat anyway. But yeah, probably about 72 hours, I started noticing that I didn't have those sort of energy dips and crashes quite as much. And then following on from that, I just felt a lot lighter, I suppose, as well. Just generally, without having lots of bread weighing me down, etc., or bloating me out. So yeah, it's a really, really good thing. And every time I was tempted, I just thought, I had Jill on my shoulder going, Jill says no. Jill says no, Charlotte.
No, that's really good, isn't it? I've got a lady at the moment trying the skincare, and she spent, you know, a fair amount of money to get some really good skincare. And her sister said, "Oh, you won't do it." And she said, "I will, because Jill's told me she's going to be messaging me to make sure I do it."
The wrath of Jill Bennett. And he died for less.
Watch over you.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Most people find that they start getting results within a really short amount of time. Sometimes on day 2 or 3 or 4, or sometimes as late as day 5, you might get withdrawal from sugar and caffeine. But because there's a little bit of natural caffeine in the fizz sticks, then it's not too bad. But some people do find they get terrible headaches and those withdrawal symptoms. So if there's someone who drinks a lot of coffee every day, then, I mean, all the latest research actually shows coffee is very good for us, but they do say 1 or 2 cups a day. And some people I know, like my husband, drink about 5 cups a day. And that's not good for you. It's really not good for you. And you also shouldn't have coffee after, I think they say you need at least a 10-hour window after your last coffee before your normal bedtime, because it takes that long to get coffee caffeine out of your system.
God.
So yeah, it's I know I haven't had a coffee today, and it's too late for me to have one now because I know it will affect my sleep. So I'll have to go without today. Won't do me any harm. And yeah, we've sort of touched on this, Charlotte, but you still today continue to use the products to help you maintain your health. And I know you've got your favorites. Which ones do you find that you really can't live without?
Well, as I said, I can't live without the gut drink first thing. That's the best version of sort of probiotic I think I've had. So that's very important to me. Then I sort of wait for half an hour, and then I have the super greens. And to start with, I must admit, I didn't like them. But since I've sort of mixed them up with different things, so I tend to actually mix it up with some vitamin C powder, and also just a drop of juice and some water, and a little bit of which is the gut health one that sort of helps with fibre. What's that called?
Oh yeah, the fibre boost.
Yeah, the fibre boost. So I put some of that in it, and I think that is magical because I think it's about 60 fruit and vegetables, isn't it? Which means that it's automatically getting just straight into your body. It's quite clever. So I have that, and then afterwards, a little while later, then I'll maybe have a tea with some fizz stick in it, just sort of while I'm starting to work. And then about half an hour later, then I'll have my coffee shake. Yeah, and I really, really enjoy that. I'd be lost without that.
Yeah.
And then that's it really. Then for the rest of the day, I'll just have a healthy lunch. Sometimes I have a little naughty treat in the afternoon, maybe a madeleine or something like that. And then a meal in the evening. And I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. I don't smoke. And then if I want something in the evening, actually I'll have another tea.
Yeah.
And then if I go out, I'll have a coffee, and sometimes I have a coffee at home. You know, I don't want to say that I don't, because, you know, I do, but as I said, it's everything in balance and moderation. So yeah, and I tend to sort of exercise for half an hour a day, and I go out and walk my dog. So yeah, you don't need to do a lot, but it's the accumulation, isn't it? You know, there's no, it's compound, just as Einstein says, you know, you can have compound debt and compound wealth and compound health, I think.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The exercise thing is very important. And you really, you know, start off with a 20-minute walk, and half an hour walk a day is, you're probably in the top 5%. Can you hear the banging now? There's a bit of knocking going on here.
All right, my son just crept in. You probably saw earlier because he's off sick from school. He breaks up for Christmas today. So yeah, very quiet, very patient.
Oh, yeah. So just a couple of things to say. The pre and probiotic drinks you buy in the supermarket are full of sugar. You really, really, really need to look at the ingredients. So they're not really going to do you any good. There are some good ones out there besides the Arbonne one, which we work with, but you really need to check the ingredients on any pre and probiotics. And yeah, our protein, again, you know, I had that earlier on, and I've filled my cup with water now just to get the remnants of it out. And ours are not whey-based. Whey is a waste product from churning up milk to make cheese, and whey is the waste product, which is used to make a lot of protein shakes. But ours is a vegan certified one, so it's pea, rice and cranberry, so it's a much higher grade protein. And we also add, I've lost count now because it's gone up, but it's around about 30 vitamins and minerals in that. And it also has a perfect amino acid score, which means it's going to help fight the free radicals in your body. But there's so much we could say about the different nutritional products, but it sounds like you've got the perfect balance now. And I mean, you're looking great, and I know you're feeling great. And it's what makes the world go round, isn't it? Waking up every day and feeling amazing. It's just so nice, and it's available for anyone. So
yeah, I really do recommend it, and it's part of my DNA now. I can't see myself stopping. So you can't get a better referral than that. And so Jill is just brilliant. Her knowledge, etc., about your diet and what you should do and what you shouldn't do is great. And also the fact that, you know, it's not about taking everything as a really strict thing. The 30 days is just 30 days. But the point is that you can take what you like out of those 30 days, and then you can integrate that into your lifestyle. And as I said, you know, just doing a little bit, a few things, small hinges opens big doors. I love that expression, and it can make a huge difference in your feeling about life, and even how you deal with and tackle with problems on a daily basis when you're not feeling weighed down and confused with brain fog. So, you know, it really, really does help give you clarity. Nice one, Julie.
Thank you. There's lots of research now on the whole gut-brain axis. So even there's more and more research now, and anyone listening who suffers with depression can have a look. But there is a huge link between diet and depression. And I mean, I know if I was to have a week of eating really bad things and drinking loads of alcohol, I'd feel really low. So I know I'd need to, not that I do that now, not, you know, I haven't done it for years, but there is a real link. Just to finish off, I'd like to say that I do have an offer today. So anyone who's listening who wants to jumpstart their healthy living journey with this signature program, using it is best-selling nutritional products, and it's our #1 selling set. So the set is designed to act as a reset to establish healthy habits in your life and a healthy lifestyle, so that you can have more energy, manage your weight, feel fit with clean vegan nutrition. And we have loads of choices, as Charlotte said, lots of different flavors that you can choose from. You can tailor the kit with flavors that appeal to you. So if you want to know more, please, there'll be a link in the show notes that you can contact me or contact Charlotte if you're interested in a new car for 2023 or a nice Water Rockit. But the offer today I have is that you're getting £441 worth of nutritional products for $264.50, but you're also going to get 2 free gifts, which is our amazingly popular Glow Up Cream, which is really lovely for your skin, and a little battery operated frother to help you make your nutritional products. So all available in one nice big package. Charlotte, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us all about your journey.
Anytime. It's been delightful to talk to you, and to sort of just bring into focus all the benefits that the programme offers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you. Thanks so much for listening to this week's show. Check out all the links to the resources mentioned in today's episode and all my freebies in the show notes. See you next time.